28 of our 30-day challenge. Before I continue, I want to congratulate you for being with us for the last 28 days. I'm very grateful. I know you've actually learned a lot. I know you've heard a lot. I'm grateful for those who watch us on the internet and then those who listen to our podcast. You've spent a lot of time and energy to actually go through this regimen. And I believe and I know personally that you've been blessed. And I'm so elated by the messages I'm receiving, how happy people are about my works and the impacts my works have created in their lives, especially this past 28 days. And I've spent my time and energy, I've spent everything to make sure that I get you the needed information so that even in your 30-day lockdown, you would come out from this lockdown as a more prepared person, somebody who is prepared to take on the new world. You know, whatever it is, our world after this lockdown will be different. Our world after this lockdown will be different from the world we were in before the lockdown. A lot of things would have changed. A lot of businesses would have collapsed. And a lot of wonderful new opportunities and businesses will spring up. A lot of new things, new directions, wonderful things. It will be a happy moment to get out of this lockdown. I know you have gone through your files, you listen a lot, you have observed so much that now you have a lot of businesses you can do, or a lot of ways you are going to improve your businesses, at least on the digital platforms. I know I've seen a lot of pastors, a lot of people who have not even used the internet before, trying to use it. And for the past 1 month, they have been trying. Some have struggled, but by and by, they've gone through, they've made things better. And they are now recording better, they are now doing more works on social media. What it means is that even after the lockdown, a lot of new businesses will spring up in our churches. Now, churches would now want to have social media managers. They would now want to have technicians who would help them send their messages across the digital platforms. The same thing with other businesses, any other business, delivery businesses, restaurants, all that. Now, people have come to see the importance of the digital media, or the importance of the digital universe. Before, people actually separated the digital media from our real or normal world. But the digital world is as real as the real world we seem to live in. And it offers each of us billions of opportunities for growth and advancement. From day 21, we decided to deal with purpose and talent, and we've treated a lot of topics to this point. Today, I want us to deal with what I call branding or personality. You know, when we say a brand, it is actually the totality of your being. That is how people see you. So if it's a company, it would involve your colors, your logo, the way your workers behave, your company culture, everything about you is your brand. As a speaker, now, everything about me must be a brand. So I must have a way of speaking so that when anybody hears my voice, you know this is Leviticus. For the past 28 days, every video you would watch is similar. It comes with an opening introduction with some audio. So immediately you hear the audio, you know that, no, this is 30-day challenge. So if it's a church you are doing, there's a need for you to have a brand. And the church logo, your colors, the way the pastor speaks, the way the church is run, in concerning everything an outsider will see about your church. But today I really want to speak about branding or personality as in a talent thing. Yes, as in talent. So let's say you're a sports person, an NBA star, a football star, a runner, an Olympic athlete, a footballer. Yes, actually, everything pertaining to talent. If you can sing, if you can speak, anything at all. How do you see, or how should you understand the issue of branding? When we say branding here, what we mean is the way the sports personality or the way the person with the talent carries himself or herself. So if I'm a sports person, how do I carry myself? One example is Usain Bolt. Let's see how Usain Bolt as a runner carries himself. Usain Bolt has built a certain brand. That brand involves the way he runs. After running, if he's first, he does like this. Yes. So anytime you do this, that is Usain Bolt. So he has built that brand for himself. So anybody who does this, you are copying from Usain Bolt. And there are a lot of businesses chasing Usain Bolt for his signature because of the way he has made people to see him, the way he has carried himself. Tiger Woods had a lot of sponsorship because of the way he carried himself. He carried himself as a responsible father who takes very good care of his family, his children, and everything, until he actually went out of his way from his usual brand or the brand he has built for himself. But Tiger Woods was a big brand, and he had a lot of offers, a lot of sponsorship because of his brand. If there's a golf tournament and Tiger Woods is playing, it means there's more money, or there will be more money in the tournament because Tiger Woods is playing. He had built a huge brand. So whatever sports you do, whatever thing you do, even if you're a preacher, whatever you do, even outside talent, if you establish a business, whatever you do, make sure that people see you in a certain way. Let people see you the way you want them to see you. It must include, as a business, possibly your logo, the way you carry your work out, your values, the way you treat your workers, the way your workers treat their customers, the way your frontline staff treat customers or would-be customers. So everything that involves your appearance and your doings is a brand. And companies and businesses must actually take time to invest in their brand. So a sports person, a business, invest money into actually building a logo or designing a logo. If you can't do it yourself, find a professional to get you a logo. If you are a sports person, you want people to pay you. If you are a speaker, you want people to pay you well. You want to be accepted. Your appearance must show, so that it will reflect in how much people would pay you. It's important. Forgive me for the sounds you are hearing. We are in a lockdown, so everybody is in town, but I hope you also enjoy the music playing on the background. Yes, that is the lockdown blues or some of the lockdown music. So let's move on. So everything concerning your behavior, everything concerning how the outside world will see you is what we call a brand. So make sure that you have a brand. And before the music started, what I was speaking about is this: that as a business, the first thing you should think about is your logo. Yes, so if you can't do it yourself, find a business or somebody who can do it for you well. Then check the way the public see you. As a speaker, your appearance is critical, especially in talent businesses. Your appearance is very critical. Before long, Ghanaian stars, Ghanaian footballers, when you see them in town, they'll only be wearing some slippers and some tracks, or let's say tracksuit. But today they've learned a lot of things, so now they wear suits, and when you see them in town, you can't even see them as footballers. They appear as business people because they have learned that this is how to appear so that your value would increase. Branding increases your value. If you are well branded, your value would increase. You know, if you have a preacher coming to your church and the preacher comes in, let's say, a car, a fine car, he has some assistants, and then the assistants come into the church, he stays in the car, and they check everything in the church and see if everything is okay. And then he comes to sit down, he does his work, and before he goes, you have a different opinion about such a person. But there can be another preacher who might be better than the first preacher, but he comes in, let's say, a trotro, and he's possibly not well dressed. Before he leaves, you have a different opinion about this one too. And if you are paying both, you would pay the second one who actually did better, but because he didn't come with a car, his appearance, but yes, in totality, his brand, because his brand quality is low, you pay him less. Why? Brand is speaking. Brand is speaking. Brand is speaking. If you're a fitter or a mechanic, as we call in Ghana, a fitter, yes, if you are a mechanic and maybe somebody calls you to come to their offices to check their cars, if you go in your dirty overall, when you finish, possibly the amount you will charge, if it's huge, it will be contested. The amount will be contested. But if you go to the place with your own car, well dressed, and with your work and with your work gear in your boot or in a bag, then before you actually begin to work, you change into your overall. When you finish, he might not, in most cases, contest your pricing because you brought or you are a different kind of mechanic from the ones he has been seeing. So put these things into practice. Whatever work you do, whatever you do as a talent or even any other thing, make sure that your appearance speaks volumes. Make sure that your appearance speaks volumes. Let people love the way you appear. You mean business and you know what you are doing. Don't dress shabbily. Have a good logo if there's a need. Make sure you are consistent with your behavior, your character, your appearance, the way you speak, the way you talk, everything that the outside world will see about you. Let it be of the highest quality. Don't sell yourself short. If people see that personality about you, if people see that brand about you, they are prepared to pay you more for your services. So understand that having a brand is very important. Anywhere you see the Church of Pentecost signboard, they are all the same. Anywhere, they are the same. Before we leave, let us go over COVID-19 safety tips. Number one, we say wash your hands well with soap under running water. Number two, sanitize your hands if you take a car, a bus, a train, a tram, an airplane, even a ship. Or if you shake hands, if you touch any surface, please sanitize your hands. Do social distancing. Stay at least 2 or more meters away from the next person you meet anywhere in the world. If you feel you have symptoms of COVID-19, don't go to any health facility. Call the numbers available in your country. Wherever you live, Europe, America, Middle East, New Zealand, Australia, wherever you live, call the numbers available in your country and get help. If you know anybody who shows symptoms of COVID-19, please call the numbers available in your country. Please and please and please again, if you have nowhere to go, if you are not a frontline staff, if you are not a frontline staff, please stay home. The virus dies when you don't move. The virus grows and moves when you move. So if you are not a frontline staff, stay home. We love you. We need you. Stay alive. Until we meet again, aspire to become.